Let's begin. So go ahead and stand at the top of your mat in just Tadasana, in Tadasana, in your mountain pose. If you want to stretch for a moment, you're welcome to. And then as you're ready to just settle into it, arms go down by your sides with your palms facing forward so the shoulders can just start the day in a more opened up position. Notice how you can start from the feet and work your way all the way up to the crown of your head, but just gently activating different muscles to create length and stability with your whole frame. Big toes grip the floor as the knees rotate out a little bit, yet the inner thighs also squeeze and activate. The knees rotating outward, the outer hips tend to fire. And then a little cinching in of the core so the hip points lift up and lower back has some length and support. And then thumbs rotate out so that the shoulders open up and the very roof of your mouth lifts upward. And then I invite you to just take a couple more breaths right here, witnessing your full inhale and your full exhale, inviting yourself to be content with wherever you're at today within your practice, however it feels, from the thoughts in the mind to the actions of your movement. All parts of you are welcome here. And then bend your knees and begin to sweep your arms forward and up. Fierce pose. Cinch in the core. Inner thighs again are still activated as the knees dial out a little. And shoulders lift up by your ears here. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring both hands behind your head to gently press your head back a little into your fingertips. Elbows reach back. And then start standing up and bring the right knee up with you. Full breath in. And as you exhale, take a big step back with that right foot. Stay leaning over your front leg and not with a back bend with the tailbone lifting, but instead with your core gathering in to lengthen and support that lower back. Right butt should be active. That whole right leg, can you invite a little more action into it as the right heel presses back? Spread the toes out. Left knee shouldn't be caving in, but more active, and that whole leg supportive by the knee rotating out a little bit. Elbows reach back. Head gently presses into your hands. Breathe in. And with core super supportive, as you exhale, begin to lift your torso more to vertical, toward vertical. If you feel any pressure in the low back that doesn't go away with the squeezing of your right butt and your core, then I invite you to bend your knee a little bit and work on loosening the hip flexors before full extension of that back leg. Breathe in here and breathe out. And then with your next inhale, plant your right heel down, reach your arms out wide, warrior two. Virabhadrasana 2. Soften the elbows, palms point up towards the ceiling so the shoulders open up. Breathe in. And then exhale, straighten your left leg, rotate both feet to point to the right side of your mat, and then rotate your right foot to point toward the back. Fold over your right leg. Head hangs down. Again, especially on that left foot, the right foot too, but the left foot tends to get a little forgotten here. Grip the mat with your big toe. Activate that leg and yet pull your right hip crease back in space. And then halfway lift, still over that right leg. Bring your left hand, cinching the waist a lot. Again, we don't want to back bend here. Left hand to the outside of your right knee. Press your knee into your hand a little bit. Keep that left leg active. And then right hand sweeps down and back and starts to open all the way up toward the ceiling. Big twist here. Core really, really active. Don't lock the right knee out. Steady breath. Creating some length down both sides of your torso. And getting the right ribs to move a little closer to the right hip as you pull that right hip back in space. And then slowly begin to unwind back to your warrior two with the right knee bent. And then reverse, left hand down, right arm lifts up. Breathe in. And then exhale. Wide-legged stance, both feet parallel to one another, forward fold. Soft knees. Inhale, lift right back up. Arms reach out to the sides. Rotate your left foot to point toward the top of the mat. Bend the knee. Roll up onto the tiptoes of your back foot as you reach both hands forward, leaning over that front leg, core strong. And then step forward, chair pose or fierce pose, pressing up and out of the shape versus sitting down into it. Finding a whole line of energy on the back side of the body here as you hold this shape. Fierceness, preparation for your day. Fierceness through finding the center line of your own being, of connection to self. And then begin to stand up, left knee up into your chest. Breathe in. Cinch in the waist. Reach up with your shoulders, your hands. And then both hands come behind your head, elbows bend. Head gently presses back, elbows really press back. And then big step back with that left foot. Back leg gets powerful here. Squeeze the left butt, press out through the heel. Right knee rotates out ever so slightly. Spread all your toes apart. Grip the mat with the big toes. Press your head back a little. Cinch in the core so low back is long. And again, as we slowly begin to move toward vertical with the spine, if the strength of your core and your left butt don't remove a sensation of anything in the lower back, if there's anything happening there, softly bend the back knee and focus on finding the stretch in the front of the left hip first. Breathe in here. The low back pressure can sometimes feel good, but it's not what we're going for. Breathe in. And then exhale, plant that left heel down. Warrior two. Keep magnetizing the legs toward one another. And then straighten your right leg. Rotate your right foot. Reach your arms out wide to the sides. Breathe in. And then exhale. Left foot rotates to the back of your mat. Fold over that left leg. Hands can go to the floor. Knee can bend. Hands can land on your leg instead. All the options work just fine this morning. Legs are usually fairly tight in the morning. Left hip crease pulls back in space. Activate your feet so that right foot isn't collapsing inward. Same with the left. Big toes grip the mat. Cinch in your core. Lift up halfway. Long spine, not rounded forward. Shoulders draw away from the ground. Left hip crease pulls back in space. Right hand to the outside of your left knee. So it's crossing over. Press the knee ever so slightly into your hand. And then left hand sweeps down. And then back. And then up. Steady core effort happening here. Lengthen the heart forward. Yet really cinch in the waist. Pull that left hip back. Support your spine. Breathe in. And then cartwheel bit by bit, the arms open all the way into your warrior two. Right hand down to the back leg, left arm lifts up. Reverse warrior. And then rotate to your wide-legged stance, both feet parallel to one another, and forward fold for just a moment. And then stand all the way back up. Rotate your right foot to the top of the mat, bend the knee, roll up onto the tiptoes of your left foot. Arms reach forward. And then step forward, chair pose or fierce pose. Exhale, stand all the way up, both hands right to your heart. Squeeze the buns for a moment. Breathe in, lift up your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Left hand plants down on the floor. Right leg begins to straighten a little bit more as you lift your right hand to the sky. Left knee is still fairly bent. Right leg does not have to get to straight at all. Pull your right hip back a little bit. Breathe in. And then exhale, right hand down. Right knee bends deeply. Left leg moves a little more towards straightened as you lift your left arm up. Left hip pulls back a little. Breathe in. And breathe out. Hand moves back down to the ground. Soften your knees. Tuck your chin in really close. A lot closer than we focus on. Normally it's just relax it all here. Tuck the chin into your chest. Breathe in deeply into the back side of your body. And as you exhale, keep the chin super tucked in as you begin to lift from the lower abdomen all the way to unfold up to Tadasana, with your chin being the last thing that untucks. Breathe in, chair pose, fierce pose. Stand up, right knee lifts up with you, full breath in. Exhale, big step back. Cinch in the waist, hands reach forward, breathe in. Both fingertips to the back of your head, elbows reach away from the ground. Exhale, plant your heel down, warrior two. And then straighten the left leg, rotate your feet. Right foot points toward the back of the mat, fold over that back leg. Breathe in, halfway lift up. Torso long, core squeezes, shoulders away from the ground. Left hand to the outside of the knee. Right hand sweeps back and then up. Keep those feet active, especially that back one. Breathe in. And then exhale. Warrior two. Bit by bit. Very nice. Inhale, reverse warrior, left hand down. Right arm reaches up. Breathe in. And then exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Lift up your arms. Rotate your left foot to point toward the top of the mat, keeping everything gathering in towards center line. Your core, your legs magnetize. Rotate up onto the tiptoes of the back foot. Reach your arms forward. Breathe in. Exhale, chair pose. Full breath. And then stand all the way up, left knee into your chest. Both hands come behind the head. Head gently presses into the fingertips. Big step back with your left foot. Cinch in the waist, breathe in here. And then exhale, plant the left heel down. Moving to warrior two. Kind of making that spine vertical movement and shift into warrior two, all one thing. Parallel both feet. Release the arms as you rotate your left foot to point toward the back of the mat and fold over the leg. Halfway lift. Left hip pulls back in space. Right hand to the outside of your knee. Activate that back foot. Don't want that inner arch collapsing. Left leg sweeps back and then up. Gather everything in. Core effort. Breathe deeply here. Revolve triangle or Parshvo Trikonasana, I believe. And then open all the way back up. Warrior 2 without that left knee caving in as you rotate. Reverse warrior, right hand down, left arm up. And stand tall, parallel both feet, forward fold. Relax your head and your neck for a moment, and then rise right back up. Right foot rotates to point toward the top of your mat. Both arms forward as you roll up onto the tiptoes of the back foot. Breathe in. Exhale, left foot steps up to meet the right. Last fierce pose. Breathe in, stand up tall. Exhale, hands down to your heart. And you're welcome to keep your hands here, or if you like the shoulder and the chest opening, you can keep hands behind the head. And just one last standing posture here this morning. The right leg lifts. Cross your right ankle over that left thigh. It can be kind of anywhere on that right shin too. Toes pull in toward your kneecap and bend the left knee. Even bring your hands down to your legs. Focus the eyes, your drishti, and use that as a tool to help you focus the mind on your breath by keeping the eyes in just one steady spot. And then stand right back up. Plant the right foot down. Maybe lift the arms up for a moment. And then exhale. Hands wherever you would like. Left ankle goes over the right thigh as you bend the right knee. Toes pull in toward your kneecap. And just sit as deeply as you would like. Steady breath in. Steady breath out. And then stand right back up. Plant the left foot down. Tadasana pose, the same place we began class. You're welcome to close the eyes or again focus them on just one thing. Witness what you feel, where you feel it. From the words to pictures to sensations of feelings or muscular effort. And then open your eyes, breathe in, lift up your arms. Noticing the space behind you just as much as the spaces to the side and to the front of you. Exhale both hands to your heart. Thank you, friends, so much for joining me this morning. The light in me honors that same divine light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you for being here.